Tom and Katie, they've been together so many years. They were married only for 3 years.
I married them. I wrote their wedding vows. Maybe that's where we went wrong. I said, have you got your vows? And they were like, no. I said, well, what am I going to read? So, maybe, I don't know. I was so hopeful. It seemed like they were together forever. Even though they had their problems, it seems like they belonged together, and clearly not. I know.
And we're going to see how that plays out in this season as well.
Yeah.
Because there was the rule of not dating anybody else.
Well, wouldn't you have that rule? I would.
Yeah.
I would say to Ken, you're not allowed to date anybody else, period, let alone somebody I know.
So Tom and Raquel.
Yes.
What did you say about this?
You know what, you're going to have to watch the show, because if I just say one blanket thing, there were so many factors. And Raquel's such a lovely girl, but no, just watch it. It plays out. I think she probably puts her foot in it. I mean, she does. With Tom Schwartz, that's probably not going to endear her to some of the other girls, as we're going to see. But Tom Schwartz is very persuasive and lovable. So, I don't know, maybe we need to forgive her.
Lala and Randall. How's it going? How's Lala doing?
I think that she was so blown away, literally, by all the allegations that came out. We saw that huge article in the LA Times, and it just seemed so devastating. It was devastating for us, even watching from the sidelines. We'd loved Randall because of the way we thought he loved her. And, they started off in a strange situation. He was kind of married, separated. It was all very ambiguous. And then she ended up with him, but they seemed so good together. I spent time around them. They seemed so good together. So it was very disappointing when, the covers were pulled back and everything was revealed.
Were you worried about the relationship from the beginning? Did you see it working? Did you think there was a chance?
I don't know. I think, sometimes I've said before on the show, the way you get them is the way you lose them, and who knows what he was up to. Well, I think we know a lot more now. But I do think Lala was idealistic, and she was going into this relationship, and he loved her, took care of her, and spoilt her, and she just really worshipped him at the time. I think it was a huge mistake on his part, because she's a little spitfire, but she's a good girl with a kind heart.
How old's the baby now?
Oh, the baby has to be 2.
Wow.
Yeah, such a shame.
Very disappointing.
But with all the allegations that have come out, maybe it is for the better. I'm sure she would say that now.
Have you spoken to her? Does she?
Oh, yeah.
And does she say that? Does she say I think it is for the best?
She was heartbroken, but I think she didn't obviously really know him. So, now she knows what she knows. I'm sure she wouldn't have been with him.
James, there's always drama with James. What else can we say about James?
James, for the most part, James was pretty well behaved for James's standard, which his standard maybe is very different to mine, but he found a new relationship. For me, it just seemed a little too quick. It was just, as soon as they split up, and within a few weeks he'd moved his new girlfriend in. At least take a minute, no?
Yeah.
I'd
Take
like
a beat.
Well, you would think, Raquel, looking at that situation, that there he was kind of just about to marry her, and then suddenly there's somebody else sleeping in her bedroom. I understand why she was a little pissed off.
So, Ali.
Ali.
Are you a fan of Ali's?
I wasn't going to be a fan of anybody jumping into James's life that quickly. And for sure, I think it was hard on Raquel, even though it was her that pulled the trigger and walked away from the relationship, to see her, fiancé suddenly ensconced with somebody else so quickly was difficult. But she's quite a sweet girl. I don't know her well enough. Hey, I liked Randall. Look where that got me.
Yeah. Will we see Sheena and Brock walk down the aisle this season?
Yes, you do. But it was so far away because I was in the middle of business. They were in Mexico 5 hours away. So I was like, I am going to celebrate them before they go. But yes, they do actually get married.
So some happiness, a little light.
There's a lot of happiness.
Yeah.
There's a lot of feel-good factor about this show. But it's also coupled with, a lot of sadness and a lot of, this journey was very bumpy for a lot of them. But it's also, you know, they're a group that know how to have fun, and they certainly do that.
Oh, yes, they do. This